Hello.
Hello. How's it going? Sorry, I had to get lunch because I haven't eaten yet today.
I don't blame you. I have snacks around me too.
Yeah,
So, how are you guys doing?
doing
Doing
well.
well.
Are you? So you guys are clearly not together. Are you
Yes.
back at home, or are you on? Or what? Where is home?
So we're both in Texas.
Yeah,
I'm at my house and Colin is at his college house moving out today.
Okay,
So
so you both are seniors, correct, in college?
I'm a
I've
senior.
already graduated.
First graduated.
So do you feel completely shafted because that you're not getting like the full senior experience? I mean, then again, given your career, I'm sure your typical
Yeah,
senior
not
path has not been normal.
like no disrespect to like the university or anything, but I was ready to graduate like a year ago.
So you're not necessarily as upset. I feel like high school seniors maybe have a little bit
Yeah.
I
harder
could
time than
see,
college seniors.
I could definitely see myself being a little upset about being a high school senior.
Yeah. Or like if your prom or something
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
is
all the proms have been canceled around where I live. So we're trying to do all these like virtual proms, but it's like, are you going to dance with us in your house? I hope so. But I mean, they're not getting that full experience. Now we're going to go to college and we have this huge send off and it's hard.
yeah, totally.
So what has it been like for you guys? I know that you just had announced your tour. You just had your debut on Seth Meyers and then like, boom, a week later.
Yeah, it's tough timing.
Yeah.
How are you
It's
guys feeling right now? I mean, the album is all about
Oh,
positivity and moving forward, and I mean that's good in the whole timeliness of everything.
I
What are you
mean,
guys doing to
we're
stay
not
positive right now?
we're not in a worse spot than any other. I mean, some people like not in the music industry have it way worse than
Oh yeah,
musicians that like don't get to go on their tour. You know, like it's like everything you got to take everything subjectively. And I mean, we're glad to have made music this far that like is like the right music to like assist people through these times, because like we've heard from like many people that like they're really getting to like be happy and like get through these hard times with the positivity that our music kind of expresses. So like we're really grateful for to assist people like in our own way.
yeah, definitely. And your question was like has just like the hype and everything, like what has it felt, right?
well, I mean, for you guys, I know, like you said, it changed your trajectory. So your music is already helping other people.
Yeah.
What are you guys personally doing just to stay
Yeah.
positive and moving right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess like luckily being like music makers and the fact that we produce at like in our homes, like um things don't look too different. Like obviously we can't go out and stuff. We still make music. Colin comes out and um we will make music in here. We have some songs that we haven't released yet that are done. But yeah, like very, very thankful, honestly. Like it's funny because like when I and Colin, like when we both first like started on this music journey, and like I quit my job to do this full time, even though there wasn't like a huge upside. People were saying like, oh, this isn't um, there isn't like a whole lot of like security in that. But it's interesting because like now in this time, like we're still able to work, and like some of my friends, like they lost their jobs.
Oh yeah.
It's so sad.
Relative to like everything else around, like I feel like we have it really good right now. And
No, yeah, I mean, we really do. We have so much to be grateful for. Like, these are such tough times for like the economy and like the social climate in general. Like, it's really bad, and like it's just tough. Yeah.
yeah, the
Have
most
you guys made any new songs? Like, have you been inspired in any way to write anything during this time?
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Um,
I mean, that's what I'm loving seeing because, like, even 21 Pilots, they had new stuff coming out, but they decided to write a brand new song in quarantine and release that one ahead of it. I believe it was like Luke Combs this week wrote a song that was all about when we're not 6 feet apart. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like maybe this is triggering so many more people to write more. And you've got time to do it.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to. We're not trying to like hone in. We've never been the band that like hones in on the thing that's happening. We don't want to cash in on quarantine. We don't want to cash in on topic, but we knew early on that we had a special message to share, and we'll just keep continuing to do that. And it especially helps now. That's
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Like, we want to make music that like will even hone in more on like what people are feeling and like assist them through this time. But like, we're not doing it like, hey, like this will be like a edgy, like quick way to make like a good viral buck. It's like, yeah, that's not
we
the
have
mission.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
That makes sense. Have you discovered any new hobbies outside of music since you've had more time on your hands now that your tour has kind of been realigned and your whole media blitz? So have you guys discovered any other like hidden talents or hobbies, or gone back to old familiar ones?
I don't have any new ones.
yeah, I don't think I have any new ones, but definitely honing in on the pre-existing one.
Yeah, like cooking is a major hobby for me. I love finding new recipes or like adding to old recipes and things like that. And then I just got a house, so like yard work and landscaping and things like that. Adulting.
I will say on like the simple side of things, like every now and then I'll try to do like a home workout, but like very consistently every single day I'll take 2 to 3 walks around my neighborhood. That like I I feel like in neighborhoods like some people do that, but like I feel like it's very like prominent now. And
Oh
like
yeah.
it's like I'll go and like make a song or like try to write a song, and then like just to take a break, I'll just walk around my neighborhood and like listen to what like just happened in my head. And even if I'm not listening to that, I'll take a anyway just to clear my head. And no matter when quarantine ends, I will probably do that for the rest of my life in my neighborhood because it's like the best thing. Yeah.
Are you seeing other people when you go out and go walking around?
Yeah, like there are a lot of, I mean, no one's like close to each other. Like if
Right.
generally like not as like a rude thing, but like when you see someone walk on the other side of the street, I'll just walk on the other side of the street, and like so we don't, but it's one of my favorite things to do right now. It's just to walk. It's kind of weird.
Though I feel like that's comforting though. So at least you're seeing other people. Like you're not alone in your house. I strangely, like, I live out on land, so I don't have any neighbors. I don't have a neighborhood to walk, but that's become my favorite thing. I'll just go like start wandering the yard, or like go down to the creek and start wandering about. Just the fresh air alone is like,
exactly.
or seeing everything get green and the flowers.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I have this weird theory that I have seen now since this all began, that in some weird way, this is like a global reset in whether it's the environment's getting its reset, animals are getting the reset, or just humans remembering humanity and kindness and just the appreciation for each other.
Yeah.
In this time, because when you can't be around people, so I mean, like, as much as it's terrible and awful, but I mean, we're remembering how important our doctors and nurses are, our scientists, our teachers right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, in a weird way, Lady Gaga said it. It's like this act of kindness is starting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whether that was like the primary function of like what happened, or it's just like the latent function of what we're doing now. Either way, it's awesome. Like the horrible sides of it, like other than like that stuff, like there are upsides and unique things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's just us getting back to basics, and like it's almost like you said, it's like a reset button. It's like, hey, this is how simple humanity can be, and that's not necessarily wrapped in all bad things. Yeah.
Correct. I mean, I've always thought that people are never defined on how they handle their best days, but how they handle their worst days.
It's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
And that's when you really see the core of people. So, I mean, right now, like you said, a simple walk, literally just a walk, nothing fancy about it, just strolling down the street. The most simple of function is what makes you happy right now.
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with me and Forrest, especially in our music careers. Like, me and Forrest can tell you explicitly, like, we had very dark times in our lives. Not comparing it to anyone else's dark times, like, as it's subjective, but we literally both took those dark times and made them, like, did a 180 and used that adversity to create something that will help people through their adversity. And I think that's like exactly what we did when we started making music.
So are you guys thrilled with the success you've had with your latest single right now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
gotta be.
you have to be. Yes, it's amazing.
You can be happy. You can be proud of that. That's amazing. I mean, I
Yeah.
talk in and out of your song every single day on the radio.
I was
Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
like so like you can if you're an artist and you're on Spotify or Apple Music, you can see trends. And
Yeah.
so like say this is like the chart right here, and like here it is, it's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing, and like let me go down here. Now it's like up here. Like this point, like down here was incredible.
We're satisfied.
Incredible. This one's incredible. This one's incredible. This one's incredible. All of it's been enough, and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is great, but at the same time we're not basking in it. We're not basking.
Is it surreal right now? Just kind of like, is this real? Like, right?
It's the most surreal thing ever in my life. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Couldn't have imagined anything close to this trajectory at all.
So if we were to paint a magical picture that when we can go back to whatever the new normal is, I'm not going to say back to the old normal because I'm not even sure that exists. So the new normal, if you could take the stage with somebody or collaborate, who would be those like key icons for you guys? If you could pick anybody, nothing's off the table.
Personally, I would say Jack Johnson because he's like my songwriting hero of feel-good acoustic music, and like I finally got to see him for the first time in my life like 2 years ago in Houston, and like it changed my life. Like it wasn't a concert where everyone was raging; it was just like people like noticeably feeling good while he sung.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that I would love to work with. I feel like recently, just with James Taylor for sure would be like
the GOAT.
I love James Taylor.
The GOAT.
And I know that like he still works with some people, so I don't know.
Because he's still so good.
Hey, that door's not closed.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna try to open it.
No. Yes, go find James Taylor and Jack Johnson, and you guys, I'm pretty sure you just made like the kindness tour, like the happy tour. Everyone will leave just like, okay.
That's exactly been the vision of our tour so far. So that would definitely be a very good thing.
Well, you guys are definitely accomplishing that, and I'm so excited for you. I love when there's an artist that I can say I remember them when. Like, I remember the first time my boss stuck Justin Bieber's CD in my hand, and he's like, test the song out tonight. And I was like, who's this kid? I remember when I talked to Katy Perry, and I was like, I think you've got a hit on your hands. And that was Before I Kissed a Girl came out. And then now I'm talking to you guys, and I know that at some point I'm going to be like, I remember that one time in quarantine I talked to Surfaces. I mean, like, that's just, I think you guys are on that trajectory, and thank you guys for putting out such positive messages and entertaining me this afternoon.
Thank you for having us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That's a big statement, and I'm not mad about it.
Listen, you see people, and you see when there's people that really care about music and others to their core, and you guys seem like those kind of guys. So I appreciate you, and I can't wait to talk in and out of your song tomorrow. And I will be talking to you guys soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys.
Stay safe out there.
You too.